Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Investing Explained. Here's today's question.
Got started a long time ago. I can't believe that the time has gone by this fast. I fell into mobile homes. I sort of failed into mobile homes. I'll freely admit that. I mean, I'm glad I failed into them, but I didn't want anything to do with these. I never lived in a mobile home, didn't know you could invest in these. And my first mobile home, it was a mobile home in a park. I'll tell you a quick little story. And I had a course. I had a course that I had on a friend's bookshelf. I picked it up and it was like a get rich quick kind of thing overnight. And I read it and I'm like, I can do this. Like, this is great. I was working just a mundane job. I knew that there was so much more I could do. And I had this fire in me and I had all this potential, but I didn't want to go to school and I didn't want to wait years to start my career and work my way up. So real estate investing, when I saw this book, I'm like, this is what I want. I read the book a couple times in a weekend. It was more of a binder, of course. And I did everything that it asked me to do. And I spent my small life savings of a couple grand at the time, knocking on doors, sending out letters. This was in Florida, in the Tampa Bay area, where at the time you could make money just cleaning a window and reselling it. And I wasn't doing anything. It took 3 months and I didn't do any deals. And I was really busting my butt. I was young and I probably looked like I was 15, but I was really putting in a lot of effort. Went through my money, and somebody that called me for my very first deal, it was a mobile home, $8,000 she wanted. I didn't know it was a mobile home. I was too green to even ask that. I'm like, $8,000 for a 3-bedroom? What am I doing? I must have my lucky day or something. So I just drive there and it's a park and I zigzag through the park and I realize it's a community, and just this wave of emotion as I'm going to pull into her park or into her home driveway. And I just get wave of emotion and I get sick and I throw up on the side of the road. Luckily, I opened my door and I'm just looking at myself in the mirror after this, like, what should I do? Should I run away? And I ended up going into the home. The first deal, she was asking $8,000. And remember, I spent my life savings. I was working at an all-tel phone store at the time and doing valet cars. And I just didn't have any money. So I negotiated. I talked to her. There were issues with the home, but we went from $8,000 down to $3,000. And then, like, in a course of a couple hours. And then I legitimately didn't have that $3,000. So I paid her 10 monthly payments, starting with the first month, of $300 a month. And I made that deal work, and it opened my eyes. And I was embarrassed. When I first got started in this business, in my first year, I had 14 deals, but it took me months and months to actually tell other investors what I was doing, because I was embarrassed about this. Nowadays, you say you're a mobile home investor and it's like a cool thing, or whoa, you're hipsters. But back then it was like, I thought I was going to be laughed at, but I really wasn't. People were like, oh, here, I don't want these. You do something with them. I've been throwing these away. And so I guess back then I started with mobile homes. I failed into mobile homes and purchased some on park, some inside of the park, some on their own little private land. And then I usually sell them on payments. I rent out some, but I usually sell them on payments. Some I sell for cash. And that's what I've been doing for about 18 years. 3 years ago, I got started buying the entire parks. I kind of graduated up to that level. It took me long enough, but that's what I'm doing. I added that into what I'm doing now. So I'm kind of doing in parks, on land, the whole parks, and it's just mobile homes. I was embarrassed. Now I love them.
That's all for this episode of Real Estate Investing Explained. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, or subscribe to our YouTube channel to get even more free content.